Alright, this is the Google tour for my Millennial Development Goal for controlling disease, HIV, and AIDS. The first location that I'm going to take y'all to is Merida. It's here in western Venezuela, so that kind of makes sense. We're coming here to talk about H1N1, or the swine flu. The problem with Merida is that they're kind of hitting the back end of the swine flu, which kind of started in Mexico and worked its way down here to this western state. In 2011, they had another outbreak of about 100 cases. Of those 100 cases, 11 of them died. Most of the swine flu kind of died out around 2009, 2010 in the rest of the world. The reason why this is happening, kind of like I mentioned, we're right up next to Colombia right here. And this is one of the more, I guess, urbanized states of the rural states of Venezuela. So they're kind of having a constant fight with people coming over from Colombia and kind of contaminating everything else. So the government isn't doing too much with it. They're just kind of letting Merida kind of fend for themselves because they are a little bit more developed. I think that's what my guess is. The second place that we're going to go is called Apure. In Apure, they have big problem with malaria. A lot of the country does. You can kind of see it looks like a barren wasteland because it kind of is. It's definitely one of the more rural states in Venezuela. It's most common, honestly, because of mosquitoes. In a lot of the rural cities, what you'll see is that they have big trucks that drive around and then they'll spray insecticides throughout the streets. Apure obviously is not urbanized enough for that to kind of happen. So whenever people get malaria, they just kind of get it. They don't. There's not really too much going to keep the mosquitoes away, except for like nets and that sort of things. So that's what, not just Apure, that's one of the more common states, but all the rural states are kind of having that problem. You can kind of see up here as well in Barinas, where I'm kind of circling with my mouse. That's one of the other states that has a big problem with that. The third place that we're going to go is called Delta Amacudo. Now, why we're coming here is that this state is pretty well known for dengue fever, but it's not just this state. Venezuela actually declared an epidemic for every single state in Venezuela here in 2010. There were about 50,000 cases of it, so that's kind of crazy. The reason why dengue fever is so common here is that a lot of it actually comes from the Caribbean. So the Caribbean is up right over here to the northwest, where you have the Bahamas and all that. So since this is a coastal state, they do get a lot of people kind of bringing in the dengue fever and different mosquitoes, that sort of thing. It's kind of crazy how many different diseases are actually caused by bugs and mosquitoes. That's definitely no fun. And since it's one of the coastal states, there's a lot of mosquitoes. You can kind of see it looks like it's kind of swampy because it is. That's why you have Delta Amacuda is the name of it. And so that's, I guess, just the main problem there. And in a lot of these kind of more forested areas is getting dengue fever. The whole country has it though. So fourth place we're going to go is called Trujillo. What this is most known for is Chagas disease. It's honestly pretty well controlled, luckily. Here in Trujillo, you can kind of see there's a lot more buildings than most of the places that we visited. But what Chagas disease is, it's basically just like a really bad flu. It kind of starts here. I mean, you can kind of see they have some of the hospitals, like the Centro Médico María Edelmira Araujo. And so a lot of the hospitals like that are helping to treat Chagas disease. The last place I wanted to go to is Caracas. You really don't hear a whole ton about diseases here since it is the capital. I mean, you can kind of tell the capital is just huge. They have a ton more hospitals, a lot more things to kind of control the diseases. What's happening in Venezuela actually is that the rural population is at a decline of 3.9% per year, because a lot of the people are trying to get away from the diseases and move to places like Caracas or like we went to before, and Trujillo and a couple of the other more urbanized cities, so it just kind of makes sense. So hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.